On this episode of Mike Colameco's Real Food, I visit two restaurants run by Zak Pelaccio, inspired by his travels through Malaysia, Cambodia, Thailand, and Indonesia. That's powerful, man. They make all their own curries, sauces, and sambals authentically from scratch with a mortar and pestle.
The pungency of it is alarming.
I'm calling this dinner in about 25 minutes. Then it's back to my kitchen.
If you can boil water, you can do this.
Or I'll bake with my friend Susan Reed. It's all coming up next. I'm Mike Colameco, chef and food lover. Come with me and meet some of today's most interesting chefs and their crews that work in their kitchens. Real chefs, real restaurants, and real recipes. That's what's on the menu. This is Mike Colameco's Real Food. History of food's always been about travel, cultures crossing borders, whether it was the spice trade, the old world, the new world. Well, today's story is kind of about that in New York City. Zak Pelaccio's the chef. Stories about him. Spent some time in Malaysia, getting a sense of those flavors, of curries, of the spices, of that hot, sweet, sour, all those mixes. Opened up in New York 5-6 years ago, the first Fatty Crab in the Village, and the place just went viral. Super busy. Now he's got Fatty Q in Brooklyn. So the story today is Fatty Crab, Fatty Q, Zak Pelaccio. It's Malaysian ingredients, that sensibility, pretty darn authentic with American ingredients. So it's going to be a fun one. First stop is the original Fatty Crab on Hudson Street. It's a tiny restaurant with a tiny New York kitchen, and it's busy all the time. The food here arrives with layers of big, bold flavors, courtesy of the house-made curries and spice mixes, loaded with chilies, mint, galangal, garlic, fish sauce, salt, and ginger. Half the time I have no idea what I'm eating, but it's really good. All right, we're here with Zak Pelaccio. Zak, give me some backstory, because you came on the radar like hot as a cannon 6-7 years ago, doing something that really hadn't been done here. It was talk about how this happened, where you came out of.
Well, I'm a product of both travel and training. I traveled and lived and cooked in Southeast Asia, and my main stay was in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. I lived there and cooked there for a year. Came back to New York, and I went to the French Culinary Institute, and I worked some more. I trained under some great French chefs. I remember I'd make family meals sometimes, for the French guys, Danielle, and I'd put some chili in it, they'd freak out. They wouldn't be able to handle it. I always loved the dynamic, electric palate of Southeast Asia. The way that they play with ingredients, the way they balance sweet, sour, spicy, bitter, these flavors. Do we have the sambal ingredients?
Those are all in there.
People go to restaurants for two reasons. One, they want to be social. They want to hang out. They want to have some fun. Two, they want something done with their food that they're not going to do at home.
That's how I eat. All right, we're here with Finn. And this thing, talk to me about this crazy bowl. What is this thing?
This is actually a mortar and pestle we had shipped in from Thailand. Zak brought it back after one of his tricks. It's the perfect vessel to do like a papaya salad. Anything that requires a lot of mixing and needs a lot of area. So,
wow, awesome.
That's definitely what we go with.
Mini baseball bat is the
That's the pestle
part of the mortar, right? Awesome.
Yeah. So we're going to start off with a little handful of the dried shrimp and just pound those into a fine dust. It's going to give us a little texture, but most of all it's going to give us that fermented kind of background flavor that we like. So we're going to do some of the green papaya ribbons, some of the mango julienne, some of the dressing.
Smash away.
Yep, the technique we're going to use is kind of like a smash and scoop, so nothing sticks to the side. So the mashing actually changes the texture of all the ingredients as you go through it. Scrape everything down. For the next piece, some cucumber ribbons, a little bit of bean sprout, just a touch more of the dressing, and then the same thing, a little smash and scoop. And finally, a little bit of the pineapple, some of the raw rum, some coriander leaf. I'm just repeating the same technique, kind of giving it a light smash together. So then we just go right in. And then to finish and garnish the salad, some of the chopped peanuts. A little bit of sliced long red chili. And that's it. It's our green mango salad.
Those shoes always hanging there?
They've been there for, I don't know how long this has been there for.
A month and a week, a woman left them here.
Yeah,
So you've got chanterelles growing on the property, just popping up.
Chanterelles, black trumpies.
Nice, man. That's
a good thing.
That's funny. I didn't know we had them upstate.
Oh yeah. And morels too. Sourcing product became important to me, so I was going to the market every day I could, every market I could find. buying products from Greenpoint, from the Polish places, from the Hasids down in the south side of Williamsburg.
A lot of even decent Asian restaurants are using condiments in their chart because you can go buy that stuff. You can buy sambal. You can buy all these little curries that are pre-mixed. And you're making this stuff from scratch with a mortar and pestle.
Right. Well, we're not very smart. We're rock and rolling.
Teach me about this stuff. So what do we make?
So
We've got a bunch of ingredients
What
here.
we're going to do is we're making a sambal, which is a chili sauce. Whether you have it as a condiment or whether it's integral to the dish, you always have sambal at least on the table. Usually the base of sambal is this block. It's called blanchon, and blanchon is a shrimp paste. The pungency of it is alarming when you smell it and you see it on its own, but when you integrate it into a sauce, you know, it's the backbone of it. So you start with blanchon.
It's all broken up. It's kind of smoky.
It's pretty smelly. Then we know she's primed and ready to go into our mortar. I got a little bit of chili. Start by grinding just the Thai chili with the blanchon right in there. Stir it around, stir it around. So a little ginger, right? A little garlic. So the idea is, you know, going with the Thai chili and then the ginger, sort of the most fibrous ingredient to the least. Garlic will pound much easier. Then we'll add roasted chilies,
Gotcha.
roasted long chili. So then we'll add a touch of lime juice. And I'm also going to probably add a little bit of fish sauce.
And that fish sauce is, again, it's one of these fermented, like nyokman kind of
Right.
funky.
Right. I'm going to add a little bit of syrup, palm sugar syrup too, just to give it a little bit of sweeten. This is basically just a 1-to-1 of dark palm sugar and water. Yep. All right, so then we have our sambal. And we're going to pull out our squid, and Rob's just cutting them up before we throw them on the plancha.
And the tentacles you just dust in cornstarch and deep
Yep.
fry?
Yep.
What's in the pan now?
That's just the sambal. I'm
Okay.
just going to warm it up.
Okay.
I'm going to add some butter, and Robbie's going to throw the squid on the plancha, and we'll just simply toss the fava beans with the sambal. The butter's going to soften the effect of the sambal on the palate a little bit. Butter's magic. We also have a little stock here. This is just a little chicken stock. So I'll throw a little bit of that in, just a touch. Nothing quite like dairy, is there? This mix is the gulab jawa, the unrefined palm sugar, and fish sauce, and he just pulls those right out. And then we're going to make the little salad that goes with it. We'll toss it with some of this is rau ram, or Vietnamese mint, which is actually a member of the coriander family. If you taste it, it's kind of astringent. So we tear that, use that in small amounts.
That's powerful,
Yeah,
man.
and then a little bit of charred pickled garlic, which is nice and simple. And some young coriander sprouts and some bean sprout. This will give a little bit of brightness. And this will just take literally just a little bit of lemon juice, a little bit of salt. We'll just toss that lightly. We'll just plate this down the center here. And then we're going O-rings over that, right?
I'm here with Colin, who's been with Zak since day one. And wines, I mean, this is a challenging place to do wines, because when you think about Thai cuisine, when you think about that part of the world, I mean, you're almost thinking beer, because it's hot there, the food is all over the place spice-wise. Talk about some of the wines you're selecting and why.
I mean, it is the food that most people do drink beer with, but that's what makes selecting the wine so much fun. We get to play with like esoteric things that people don't just sit around and drink. It's stuff that's great pairing with food. This right here, it's our green mango and papaya salad. With this, we're going with the Christian Viognier Sauvignon Blanc Chardonnay blend. It's gonna be a little bit of a creamier style wine.
And you like this because we got a lot of acid, we got a lot of heat in this dish.
Acid, yeah, you got the chilies up top. In the dressing, there's chilies, it's fish sauce.
All right. Next one is this crazy one that we saw this morning, this wonderful fava bean grilled squid.
This is a brand new dish on the menu, and it's probably my favorite dish on the menu right now. We have this Farnham Hill cider.
Domestic?
Yes, it's a straight up apple cider from New Hampshire. It's delicious. I mean, it's got good acid to it.
Beautiful color, man.
Yeah, we like playing with it. Cider tends to work really well with the food here as well.
Almost salty.
Yeah,
Brilliant pairings, man. Love them.
thank you, I appreciate it.
Put on your skinny jeans, flannel shirts, and cop an attitude. We're heading over to Fatty Q in the hipster haven known as Williamsburg. Talk about this place, because Q comes out. I mean, you do crab, and it's successful. And then this comes up where you're combining like classic kind of American barbecue. You got a smokehouse.
Right.
Full on. Talk a bit about this marriage.
Living in Asia, they don't barbecue per se the way we do here in the States. They'll smoke things and cook them slowly over, coconut husks, which don't produce a very hot fire, but you get a lot of smoke infused into your food. I always thought, wouldn't it be cool if we took barbecue and applied like the fatty crab palate to it, do like barbecue with Asian flavors. I haven't restricted myself with Asian parameters. The idea, and the idea has always been to go beyond that, playing, flavors off of each other.
Let's go look at the smoker, man.
All right.
We're gonna demo a dish here at Fatty Q. Talk to me about what we're making.
Okay, so the little twist that we do on our emulsion here is we take something called chinchilok. Okay, it's a brined shrimp. I take the juice from that.
What do we start with?
Okay, so we start with our fat,
Egg yolks
which
always
is our egg
begin.
yolk. Yep. Then we're gonna add some of our acid, which helps stabilize the egg yolk, just a touch, and get it going.
Anytime we do these emulsions, we start nice and slow at the beginning. Little drizzle, let that egg yolk pick up the oil.
Yes. I think we're good.
All right.
Okay, now we're gonna go with some of this garlic.
And again, this is smoked garlic.
Smoked roasted garlic, yeah.
And when do we add this crazy funk?
Right now.
This is really shrimpy, funky, potent stuff.
That's good. There you have it. Pull out the lamb.
Yeah, let's pull out the lamb.
Okay, so we got some lamb breast, which we brine for 2 days. A nice acidic, briny love. That's the best way I can describe it. Sits on it for 2 days, hits the smoker with a brush, an emulsion of Thai chili, white wine, garlic, shallot, and as it's going through that smoker in the 5-6 hour time period, just keep brushing it on every so often.
I mean,
It's delicious.
you know it's going to be
Yeah,
amazing.
it's delicious.
How many hours smoke?
6 hours.
Let's cut some. We'll eat us some with some sauce. We'll go grab a plate. All's good with the world.
There you go. Gonna grab some rib. So grab yourself a rib. Dip. And there you have it.
I'm glad you guys don't live across the street from me because I think I'd post up pretty much every other night I wasn't doing anything. This is so good, man. I mean, this lamb is just fall apart, delicious, tender. Fatty Q in the house. Thanks, man.
Thanks, Mike. Out there, 21.
21, yes.
Right there. Yep.
What's the flatbreads over here for?
That pita
Pita
is
bread.
for our hand-pulled smoked lamb shoulder.
So Tom, talk to me about that dish.
This guy lives on brine for like 3 to 4 days. Goes into the smoker overnight and hand-pulled, crisped up in a cast iron pan, and then served with our house-made pita and our goat yogurt sauce.
I mean, I love braising lamb shoulder.
It's
my
really,
favorite
really
cut.
unctuous meat.
Really unctuous. Tell me that dip one more time.
The goat yogurt, Four Brothers Farms goat
Oh, the
yogurt.
guy upstate.
His yogurt with predominant flavors of coriander, cumin, and Thai chili.
Awesome, dude.
Runner! Mateo, you can go full fire on 33.
Busy station, man. Chef, what's coming out of that black steel pan?
We've got some locally sourced black trumpet mushrooms.
As in from Zach's yard upstate?
That's right,
How cool,
that
man.
local. And it's finished with a touch of gula syrup. That's been fortified with some pine needles.
How
A couple
cool.
pieces of toast. He's gonna finish it with warm house-made ricotta
So you guys are making ricotta in the house now?
Absolutely.
Ricotta cheese here.
with really fatty milk, topped with a smoked egg yolk.
Beautiful, boys. We're gonna make a drink.
Great.
So what are you making for me, bro?
We're gonna make the Fatty Manhattan.
I love Manhattan.
I do as well. This is being Fatty Q. We're going to kind of change it up a little bit. We're gonna incorporate smoked cherry Coke syrup.
That sounds good.
All right, here we go. So
Ingredients.
this is rye 1. This is Jim Beam's high-end rye. So we're gonna start out by taking 2 ounces of rye 1.
Oh, good. 2 ounces. It's a good
2
size
ounces.
drink. Thank you.
This is a boozy drink.
Thank you.
We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna use 2 different kinds of vermouth here, both from Piedmont, from the town of Asti. First is Cochi Americano. It's kind of similar to Lillet. And take a ½ ounce. And then we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna take the red version of it. Cochi
Same
de
company.
Torino, same company. This is newer to the market. It's great stuff. And then we're gonna take smoked cherry Coke syrup.
You guys do this in-house. You smoke cherry Coke
Right, so
syrup.
we
How
have
cool.
the soda gun here, which we don't have cherry Coke on. We just take the bag of syrup that comes with it, and we just milk it into a hotel pan and take the whole hotel pan. It goes
the
right
smoker.
into the smoker. And this stuff is super powerful and super sweet, so we're just gonna take a 1/4 ounce. And then true to a Manhattan, we are going to take some Angostura bitters. Right? So that's everything in the cocktail right there.
That's it. No, what is the correct temperature?
That's it, correct temperature. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna take some ice. This ice is too dense of an ice cube, so we have to crack the ice. It increases the surface area, aids in dilution. Goes anywhere, if you want it. If you're gonna sit front row, you're gonna get sprayed with the ice.
Let it count to about 10, 12 seconds.
Right, and we're gonna add some additional ice on top of it. And you're gonna stir for approximately 20 seconds.
It's been studied.
So we're basically there. I really like the Manhattan itself and this Manhattan because it kind of hits home on different levels.
That's gonna go nowhere but in my hand, and I'm keeping it. And that's a big glass, bro.
And this is gonna get garnished with 1 skewered brandied cherry and the zest of a lemon.
Can I drink now?
Yeah, this is for you. This is the fatty Manhattan.
Thank you. It's cocktail hour. I'm keeping this.
Do it.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
21.
100% Brant beef brisket. Chris, Hunterdon County, New Jersey, Hunterdon County's finest. Now I was living in Williamsburg, working here at Batty. Look at this brisket, man. You got the decal cut over here. You got the lean pieces here. Who would this not make happy? What's the dipping stuff?
That's bone broth. That's been seasoned with fish sauce and brown rice vinegar.
Bone broth seasoned with fish sauce. I don't know what this is, but I'm calling this dinner in about 25 minutes. Keep up the great work, man. Starting with what in the pan?
Okay, so we're starting with what we call our noodle love.
Which is?
Okay, which is our smoke roasted bones, and we do a classic stock, classic mirepoix. And then we take that bone broth and bring it way down to a glacé, which we call our noodle love.
You drop the ramen in water?
Yeah.
You got your box circulator cooker in the back. State of the art, man.
That's right. Nothing but the best for the fatty cube.
It's imported from Italy, right? Oh, actually, that's the one from Malaysia.
That's right. There's a lot of funky things going on right here with this dish.
So you think of ramen as like this classic, like microwave college student noodle food, and then you have this, it's like, yeah, really?
There you go.
What's the paste in the bowl?
It's, we call it our hot lovin'. It's,
Everything's love, man.
That's right. It's basically a long red chilies that have been half a raw, half a smoked, fish sauce and lime juice and some garlic and shallot just spun in a Vita Prep.
You guys have too much fun. I don't know. I don't know about this dish. I'm loving it. So let's do fish. What's the spice rub?
Okay, so the spice rub on this guy, garlic, shallot, lemongrass, Thai chili, a little bit of palm sugar, and galangal. And all our spices we dehydrate in-house.
What else goes on the amberjack plate, Chef?
We're gonna do some spicy greens and just seasoned with kimchi water. Lady Jane's kimchi.
One of the local, like one of these.
It's actually Chef Zak's girlfriend company name. Use your hands, Mike. We encourage that here.
No, actually, it's true. I'm gonna use my fingers. In Malaysia, they use their hands all the time.
Absolutely.
So, this is this amberjack. We've seen a lot of meat today. This is beautiful fish, cooked perfectly pink, medium rare, seared. A lot of spice going on. Anyway, amberjack. Man, it's a great piece of fish. Super clean, not that fatty. Another winner.
The food that Zak serves at his places is not the kind of food that you or I are really going to try to make at home, is it? So let's do a baking demo that you can, that's healthy, delicious, and it'd be a great way to start any day or end any meal.
We're here with Susan Reed. On the scale of like baking abilities, 1 to 10s, I'm like a 2.5, maybe a 3 on a good day.
I think you underestimate, but I'm going to show you that you can do a better job than you think.
Okay.
We are going to make a blueberry orange bread, and this is a great bread for breakfast. It's really actually very healthy, and it's made with 100% white whole wheat. We already have 3 cups of the white whole wheat in the bowl.
You scaled this out.
I did,
you. Okay,
yes.
Good.
And now we're going to add a cup of sugar, put it in one spot.
That's the spot.
Yes,
The
okay.
middle. Okay,
So
sorry.
you know you have the flour, you know
Okay.
you have the sugar.
Okay.
So now we're going to add some baking powder.
And I'm going to put this in one
Just put
spot,
it in one little
so
spot.
I know it's
yes. Just that's going to dump in one little pile.
in. All right.
Baking soda is going to be next.
to this guy. Mm-hmm. In it goes.
All right, now some salt, half a teaspoon of salt.
Good. I like salt in recipes.
Gotta have salt.
Gotta have salt.
Now you have all that together, you can just take a whisk and combine it.
I'm actually comfortable doing this. I've done
Yeah,
this. It's
that
just
part is not a
evenly distribute them.
Yep, and you're all good to go. Now we're gonna put the liquid ingredients in.
Okay.
Now you could use 2 regular eggs. These are easy for travel. These are just egg substitute. So we're going for the healthy side of things here. So we're gonna put in 2 tablespoons of oil. That goes in.
And what kind of oil am I using?
This is sunflower oil.
Interesting. I'll have to taste it next time.
Now the recipe calls for pulpy orange juice.
So how much OJ am I putting in?
That's 3/4 of a cup, that's 6 ounces.
All right.
Some fresh zest. So if you're worried about how to measure this, you can just collect it in the top until it has what looks like the right amount.
What is
and then
the right amount?
That.
That's the right amount.
Then you can just flip it over, give it a tap. Now you get to play with your other new toy. It's called the Danish dough whisk. And it's excellent for mixing any kind of batters. You can do yeast doughs by hand with it. It makes a really good bubble wand. Great for pancakes, it's great for muffins.
I can kind of see why, because the inside thing does have a catching quality to it.
Okay. Now we're gonna put the garnish in.
This is candied.
This is candied orange peel,
Yeah.
and I made this myself a little while ago. If you can
Yeah.
boil water, you can do this.
This is going to be orangey.
And then
All
the
right.
blueberries.
All right, go
All
ahead,
right,
dump
in it
away,
goes.
kid. This thing's brilliant. That's nuts.
Now, I don't know how people bake without these things anymore, but these are the...
They're clips for paper. And
Yeah,
stuff.
and I am just going to attach that there, because if you line this with paper and you have this flop back onto it while it bakes,
It'll do all the things you don't want it to do. Oh man, I almost look like I know what I'm doing.
just because we can, I think we're gonna put a little bling on this.
Bling away. I want to put this in the oven?
Sure.
All right,
Off you go.
here we go. Oh, that's beautiful, man. Done. Done, done, done.
Out they go.
Come on, help me here. Oh, I love it. I love it. Why was I doubting? How do you want me to do
We'll
this?
start at one end and we'll take 2 or 3
right.
slices off.
All right.
You got to start it and let the knife do the work. Don't push on it.
All right, let's put a little something on this.
So you need a schmear.
So this is the reward.
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna eat this and I'm gonna get cream cheese all over my face. That's just crazy good.
Come here, you.
I told you, it always happens. Susan Reed, thanks for coming down. More information at theartofflour.com. They got a whole baking thing. Do I have any cream cheese left on my face or something?
No, you're good.
Thank you. I knew it was gonna happen. All right, thank you. See you next week.